tasty. Hello! Happy Easter, everyone, and welcome back to the Vagabond Arashikage channel. Now, come in and join me. As you can see, we have a theme going on here, and if you guys have been following the channel, you know that we often do seasonal stuff. So we do often videos during the holidays like Christmas, Halloween, and Easter. Yeah, so I guess this is our Easter special. Easter is almost over, but who cares? Now, I don't know why, but Easter always gets me like in the mood for Ninja Turtles. And I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. I don't know why. Maybe it's because Usagi Yojimbo here is like a ninja Easter bunny, right? Right? Anyway, I have something very cool for today's episode. In today's episode, we are gonna take a look at and talk about Raphael from The Last Ronin. So here he is. This is an action figure from Neca. Just gonna open this up a little bit. I mean, we're gonna take a closer look in a second, but yeah. Now, we already have done 2 videos on this set, and I really love this universe. If you haven't read The Last Ronin comic book, I totally recommend you go and do that. So this is the first action figure we did, and I have kept the boxes. So here he is, The Last Ronin, and then they released this action figure, which is also The Last Ronin, but unarmored. Yeah, so if you do have the space, I would recommend that you keep the boxes, because so here on this side it says number 1, and this one is number 2, and now we have number 3. And if you put these together like this, yeah, that's really cool. So they do like form this cool picture. I mean, we still have a couple to go before we can see what the whole thing is, but at some point they're gonna like all of them collected and put together are gonna make some sort of cool illustration. Is it this way? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's really cool. Keep the boxes. Just put this over here. Try not to. Okay. Yeah. Last Ronin, Raphael, action figure from Neca. Let's have a closer look. Cowabunga, dudes. Here he is, Raphael from The Last Ronin by Neca. Okay, I thought it was cool to put The Last Ronin comic book issue with Raphael next to the action figure. Alright, so let's open this up. And these action figures aren't all that expensive. I think they're around $35. And the quality is amazing. And also what I like is that once, like, if you find this in the shop, you can open it up and see if you like the action figure. And you can see the figure and you can see all the accessories. Now that's pretty cool. And 2 heads. And on the back side of the box, we have these cool pictures with Raphael in different cool poses. We had the same with the other ones as well. So here you have the first one, The Last Ronin action figure. And we also had the same here. Okay, now over here we can also see who was involved in making this action figure here. I'll just take the other one and put them side by side. So mostly it's the exact same people. And Ben Bishop and Lou Delgado were the guys I think, illustrating and coloring the last Ronin comic book as well. Now, the only difference is with the other two, it was Paul Harding who did the sculpt and fabrication, but over here we have Gurjeet Singh and Kushwara Studios. Okay, I think it's time to open this up. Let's go. Okay, so here we have Raphael. Now, I did change his hands and his head because I like this head better. You always want to go with angry face Raph. Yeah, look at the details. Look at his mouth and tongue. That's amazing. We'll come back to Raph before we take a closer look at the figure. I just want to go through like the stuff, the accessories. So you have 3 pair of hands in addition to the ones on him. He also has 2 sides, and these are very different than the ones we got with the other last Ronin figure. I'll just compare them a little bit side by side. So they both look good, but I would say these ones look even better. I'm sorry for the focus here. Okay, so these are really cool. And yeah, and he's got this throwing dagger. Pretty cool. And there's also an arrow. Yeah, read the comic, guys. All right, now let's have a closer look at Raphael. As I said, he looks very different in just design, coloring, and everything than the other ones. For example, let's just compare. Here we have, oh, I need to take away Splinter's book. Now, look at this. Look at the texture on his arms. It's very different. But again, we had some other people designing and sculpting this guy. I really like this one too, but it just looks different. He looks a little bit more like comic booky, and this guy looks a little bit more, I don't know, dark and realistic. As realistic as a Ninja Turtle can look, I guess. Put you here for now. Yeah, so the shading on his clothes and padding looks a little bit more similar to the last Ronin figure we had, or the last Ronin figures. But he's very smooth here, and not a lot of stuff going on. Not a lot of, he doesn't have the same details here, and not the same shading. Not a lot of shading at all. Yeah, but he still looks fabulous. Now, let's have a look at his articulation and mobility. First of all, can he do a proper sidekick? Huh. Keep your guard up. Head facing the way you're kicking. Yeah, he can do a sidekick. So that's good. Now, with that out of the way, I mean, okay. Not too much mobility this way. And, his arm only moves this way. That's a bit disappointing. But his knees, you can actually rotate, and they have like a double jointed thing here that allows more flexibility and mobility. And you can also, you have some articulation here as well in his ankles and foot. You can move his head. You can turn around the bandana. Yeah, and his actual hands can also be moved in different ways. Yeah, all in all, I guess okay articulation. Nothing near the Spawn figures. Just want to compare this. So, I mean, this guy, yeah, he has the whole 360 rotation. mobility in his joints here. So this is cool, but I don't know why they didn't do that for Raph. Could have just as well done the same thing here. That's stupid, but oh well. Okay, so that's Raphael. Now I just want to compare these figures a little bit more side by side. Okay, so here I have put them next to each other, and as you can see, he's a tiny bit smaller than the other Last Ronin figures. I have no idea why they did that. I mean, I would think it would be better if they were all the same height, or more or less the same height. And you can see these are a little bit bigger around the ankles too. That's weird. Well, it is what it is. Okay, so we're back, and that's it for our Last Ronin Raphael unboxing video. And if you are collecting these Last Ronin action figures, I would totally recommend you also add Raphael into your collection. Very cool action figure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and hope you've had a wonderful Easter. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cowabunga and Shaka Kapow.